Yeah. So as you can see, this is Sarah. She's one of our guide. As you can see behind her, you can see a lot of many monuments in the city center. You have hundreds of them. You have churches, you have private mansions, timber houses, theaters. Dijon is not known just for the mustard, as we said, but also for a rich history, culture, and architecture. It's a UNESCO city. We mentioned that, and the heart of the city center is a pedestrian. It also has lots of other assets like the covered markets, a lot of shops which offer specialties, and of course a lot of wine cellars. So all you can see is within the city center. This is the front of the museum, and this is the place which is called Place de la Libération, and this is the palace of the Dukes, which are I'm going to explain a little bit later. Place de la Libération, since the city dates back from the 4th century, a lot of remains were found under this square. The Palace of the Dukes, which you are going to see, is one of the most important sites of the city since its construction, which started with the Dukes of Burgundy in the 15th century. You can see the palace right behind Sarah. The palace houses today a lot of institutions like the town hall, the Museum of Fine Arts, the archives, and the tourist office. And of course, you will see a little bit later, but we also have a tower which is called the Philippe the Good Tower, which you can climb up to and visit. The Place de la Libération, which you saw a little bit earlier, is also a very lively spot with a lot of cafes and bars, terraces, and a lot of concerts and festivals in the summer, and of course the Christmas markets in the winter. And this is the starting point of many cultural and gourmet tours of Dijon, which are moderated by our guides, and Sarah is one of them. So this is the city center. This is the pedestrian. As you can see, you're not annoyed by the cars or the buses. She is now leading us through the alleys in the palace, and we are going to see what you can find in the Museum of Fine Arts, which is the second biggest museum of the fine arts in France. You have beautiful and many collections that you can visit there. So as you can see, the museum was built within the Palace of the Dukes. It has a lot of collections. It's free. All the museums in Dijon, which are handled by the municipality, are free, which is a really good asset for us. And I would say that it's the most prestigious room that you can find within the museum, which was one of the Duke's dining room, and which now houses the tombs of two of our Dukes. And as you can see, it's absolutely grandiose. It's really something that you want to visit. The tombs are actually made of marble. It's it really has a great feeling when you're visiting this specific room. And as you can see, the tombs and the statues are very high because what you can see, well, not right there because this was the chimney, but what you can see under the tombs are actually what we called mourners. And there are 40 of them, and it's a real piece of art. I mean, each of them has a different face, emotion, and position. So it's absolutely incredible, as you can see right here. So
it's so beautiful.
It is. Thank you very much. Yes, it is. So this is what our guide Sarah is actually explaining. But if you come to Dijon, you really have to visit the Museum of Fine Arts. And if you don't have the time, I mean, this room is a must-see for sure. As you can see, it's absolutely incredible, and it reveals how great and known and powerful the Dukes of Burgundy were. And she's now actually walking through the different collections in the museum. There's so many things that you can see, and of course, all the collections are divided in different areas that are represented within the museums. Those are copies of the mourners that we saw under the tombs of the Dukes. So as you can see, and what you have to know also is that the museum has been renovated like 5 years ago. So it's just beautiful and brand new. And again, it's all the museums are free for the guests and the visitors. We are still in the Palace of the Dukes, and Sarah is going to climb 316 stairs, 46 meters, and you will see we always have the wow effect when we arrive at the top of the terrace of the Philip the Good Tower. What you have to know about the tower is that of course, you can visit, and your clients can visit the tower anytime they want. It's every day. We have slots every day, but you can also privatize the place if you want to have a wine tasting, or if you want to have. We have a lot of requests for marriage proposals. So as you can see, it's very romantic. And once you get to the top of the tower, as you can see, you have a panoramic view of the city. I mean, when it's sunny, and I have to say it's often sunny in Dijon. You can see everything, as you can see the churches and the roofs, and you can see all the monuments of the city. It's absolutely incredible. And actually, the Dukes of Burgundy built this tower in the middle of the 15th century to actually assess their power. There were, I mean, as Emmanuel mentioned, the Duchy of Burgundy was bigger than the Kingdom of France. And so they wanted to have this huge palace with this very high tower. You have to know that at the moment it was the highest tower in France, and they wanted to also, it symbolizes the fact that the Duchy of Burgundy was not only Burgundy but also Netherlands and Belgium, and of course Dijon was the capital of the Duchy. So as you can see, we have a lot of timber houses, we have a lot of squares. It's very easy. You can shop, you can eat, you have lots of terraces if you want to enjoy in the summer. We have luxury shops like Hermes. We have Galeries Lafayette, which are open on Sunday. So if your clients are shopping fans, they will love the city. And this is the International City for Gastronomy and Wine. And I want to highlight the fact that there you can actually do so many things. I mean, you have a gastronomic village, you have a school where you can learn the techniques for wine tasting. And Sarah is actually showing you right now the second biggest cellar in Europe with the Cave de la Cité. And she is actually going down to La Cave des Grands Crus. And there you can have a wine tasting and also food for your groups up to, I would say, 15 people. And you have like the most exquisite Grand Cru of the region. But not only, the cellar is also much bigger with a huge room, which is dedicated to wine tasting. They have up to 3,000 references of wine, which is huge. And you can taste, thanks to a device which we call Enomatic. You can taste up to 250 different wines. So I mean, our visitors are absolutely crazy with this cave, and the Cité Internationale de la Gastronomie et du Vin, which also has, restaurants, gastronomic village, as I said, Ferrandi School. So it's brand new. It opened just 2 years ago, but it's a must see. It's absolutely incredible if you love, like me, food and wine, then you will be a big fan. And this site is also going to open a brand new hotel. We are going to mention that a little bit later, which is Hilton, and which will be right in the city center within this International City for Gastronomy and Wine. So as you can see, you can also grab food in the gastronomic village. You can grab a glass of wine in the cellar, and then you can go outside and do like a picnic. And it's really appreciated, especially in the summer. And it has a really good vibe. And usually in the summer, it's absolutely crowded. So it's really nice. And they have a lot of events every weekend. They have different things to see. And of course, there are exhibitions which are related to the French gastronomic meal. So it's the cité is really something that you have to do when you're in the city center.
And this is a market with lots of little shops throughout.
Exactly.
It's lovely.
Exactly. It's lovely. It's really beautiful. Yeah.
All right, next.
Oh, this is the last slide. So, oh yeah, so this is the last slide. I wanted to talk to you also about the brand new hotels that we have. We are very happy to welcome a Mama Shelter, which opened into a few months ago. It has 120 rooms, just 2 minutes walk from the station. It's right in the city center, and it works already pretty well. We are very happy about that. I also mentioned the fact that the International City for Gastronomy and Wine is going to have a Hilton in a few months with 125 rooms and a spa. And yeah, we are looking forward to this. And on the last slide, I am going to tell you, yes, we are going to open also in a loft, which is right in the city center, and 90 rooms and a spa. And we also have Maison Philippe Le Bon, which is really appreciated by our US customer because we have very large rooms and the owners know very well the US markets, and we have a lot of clients going there. It's also right in the city center, and they actually refurbished most of their rooms very recently. They have a restaurant, they have a bar, and it's yes, all those hotels are really nice.
So great. Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
So now we're going to move to Bonn. So Emmanuel, if you want to, let's see, in what we're doing here is we're meeting with Béranger. And Béranger, I don't see you. Do I? There you are. Hi there.
Hi.
Good to see you. So you're going to take us through the region, and we'll end up with a video as well. So let's take a look.
I'm very happy to greet you in Beaune, as Emmanuel said earlier on.
Béranger, a little louder. We're not hearing you well.
Right. Okay. Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Is it better?
Yes, I think so.
Like this? Okay. All right. So, as Emmanuel said earlier on, when Dijon is the capital of Burgundy, Beaune is the wine capital of Burgundy. And of course, you cannot imagine a stay in Burgundy without wine, of course. We start the visit with the main monument in Beaune. This is what makes Beaune absolutely famous, is the Beaune Hospices, also known as Hotel Dieu, and it was founded in 1443 by the Chancellor of Burgundy, whose name was Nicolas Ronin. And he founded the place with his wife. They were very rich, and they just wanted to make a palace for the poor. And well, did they manage to do that? Really, it's a beautiful visit. What you see behind me is a part of the main yard. You can see it also on the slide. When you visit the hospices, you just discover a small piece of what Nicolas and his wife achieved. It's a museum since 1985, and it remained the one and only hospital of Beaune until 1971. So you just can imagine the importance of the place. And it's not only a museum, it's not only a former hospital from the Middle Ages, it's also, when you talk about Beaune hospices, it's also a wine estate. And they organize every year in November, on the third Sunday of November, they organize the wine auction, which is probably our busiest weekend of the year, because we receive the whole world in Beaune within 2 days, and it's the occasion for celebrating wine and hospitality at the same time, and this is really the heart of Beaune. And now we are going to see the video with the guide, who's Alexia, beautiful little Burgundian girl, and she's going to introduce you to Beaune.
Welcome in Beaune, in this amazing town known for the wine, known for the history. We are going to spend a few minutes together to discover all the secrets of this place. So now let's have a look to one of the highlights of Beaune, the Hôtel Dieu. Let's come. Welcome to the Hôtel Dieu of Beaune. This is a former hospital built in 1443 by a couple, Nicolas Rollin and Guigon de Salins. And this hospital was founded in the 15th century, so this is an emblematic place in Burgundy. This is one of the highlights of touristic places in Burgundy. And this hospital was used until 1971, so this is quite a lot. And today, this place, this historic place is a museum, but it's still connected with the hospital. The hospital has moved into new buildings in the north of the city. This is where Beaune's new hospital is located. And this is connected by a hospital complex named Hospice Civil de Beaune. So Hospice Civil de Beaune is a complex with several hospitals, retirement houses, and private legacy. This private legacy is consisting of the Hôtel Dieu and also a winery. This is the Great Hall of the Poor. It symbolized the hospital because this is where the poor sick people were housed. So here you have 28 beds around you. And the poor sick people were treated here by Sisters of Mercy. And Sisters of Mercy gave, for example, food, they gave to drink to these people because this is a place of hospitality. So this is the first mission of the hospitals during the Middle Ages. So the pharmacy of the Hôtel Dieu existed since the end of the 15th century. So this is where the medicaments were prepared. They were prepared with, for example, medicinal plants, animals, and minerals, and they were stored in pharmacy pots, just like that. You have here a collection of more than 200 pharmacy pots, and you can see, for example, crayfish eyes. You can see also powder of wood lice because they were medicaments in the Middle Ages. When you visited Beaune, the particularity of this place is that we have a lot of places which were linked to religious convent, monasteries, and just in my back, this is a perfect example. You have in front of you the chapel Saint-Étienne. It was one of the chapel linked to a convent, the convent of the Carmelite sisters, which was established here in the 17th century. Today we have only the chapel left due to the French Revolution, and it's used as an exhibition room different time of the year. We can't speak about Beaune without speaking about wine. Beaune is the wine capital, and we have a lot of famous wine houses in town. And now I give you the privilege to enter in one of the most famous one with one of the most beautiful underground cellar. Let's come.
Maison Patriarche owns today more than 35 cellars under the city center of Beaune, where 2 million bottles are aging. Actually, this is an opportunity for our visitors coming from all around the world to have a look to the greatest Burgundy cellar and to taste some of the most famous appellations produced here inside the very well-known villages of the Burgundy vineyards. This is an opportunity to experiment a lot of sensations inside the tasting rooms, where we will be able to welcome you and make you taste some of the best Grand Crus of the regions. Maison Patriarche is based in a former convent, the convent of the Visitandines, which was built in the 16th century, and we make discover to our visitors during the whole year a tour of about 500 meters in our cellar, which is the biggest of Burgundy, with around 2 million bottles aging here. This is an opportunity for the visitor to discover some very typical Burgundy cellars from the 18th to the 30th centuries, and the opportunity also to taste some very nice and very famous red and white wines from Burgundy. We are here all the vintages and a lot of appellations from different Burgundy vineyards, and we will be happy to welcome everyone here during this next year.
The particularity of Beaune is that it's a city which is still surrounded by its own wall, medieval one dated from the 15th century. We still have 2.5 kilometers around the medieval town. Welcome.
Right, so after discovering this part of the town with Alexia, we turn now to the new Cité des Climats et des Vins de Bourgogne. There is the Cité de la Gastronomie et des Vins in Dijon, but we focus mainly on wine in Beaune, as you can very well understand. And this cité opened its doors last year in June 2023. It's a really beautiful place to understand what we talk about when we say climates. Because in Burgundy, the very difference between climate when we look up at the sky is that in Burgundy, we look at the ground when we talk about climates. It's what Tom mentioned earlier on. It's just amazing the diversity of wines you can find in Burgundy with just two main grape varieties, which are Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. It's this is why the Cité exists. It's to make you understand the difference that we can find in our wines, and well, the beautiful richness of the ground, of the soil in Burgundy. There are many different things to do at the Cité. It's open all year, and you can have tastings, visits. You can also privatize the place. It's wonderful. You discovered Patriarche with Alexia, and it's one of the, well, it's the biggest seller in Beaune, maybe in Burgundy as well. It's about 5 kilometers of galleries underground, and on this page you can also see the front of Champy. And Maison Champy is the oldest wine merchant located in Beaune. They opened their doors in 1720. It's also a beautiful experience to do. It's also as diverse as the number of different wines that we have. Every little wine merchant, every little wine domain has its own identity, and the wine merchants in Beaune are open all year, so you can enjoy the visits of the cellars and taste their wines. Same thing with,
and Berger, I hope you like wine, I assume.
I do. I like wine. I'm Burgundy born and bred, and I must say I have Italian background, and it's also good to enjoy food and wine. You know, you can see that in my last name, Clara. It's from Piemonte, so it's the family roots talking.
Thank you. Good.
The other experience to have when you're in Beaune is to probably take a bike. It's the best way to do that, because if you want to take the car and taste some wine, it doesn't go very well together. Take the bike, use the bike trail, and go as far as Pommard, for instance, which is 4 kilometers from Beaune. There's a beautiful wine chateau, and they have their own estate. The parcel of vineyard around the castle belongs to the castle. Same thing with the Chateau de Saint-Aubin, which is a little bit further to the south. It's a really beautiful discovery, because when you're down there, you can stay there. There are chambres d'hôtes, so B&B, and there is also a restaurant. So you can have a whole experience wine tasting, sleeping, having good food, also enjoying the swimming pool in the summer. What can I say? You can see it on the picture.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to save this in our client docs for 2024 under K for Curve. So
Yes,
from
Jack.
today onward, you'll always be able to find it. Okay.
Julianne is here. Oh, that's okay. We'll just, you decide. It's okay. I think
So let's visit now two wonderful properties. One in the city center with Maison 1896 with Megan, and then we'll go outside in the countryside, 5 kilometers from Beaune, with Emiland, and we'll visit Hostellerie de Le Vernois.
So, hi Megan, how are you? Are you on?
Sorry,
Can
just
we-
getting the mic back on. Hi,
Oh,
everyone.
Hi, how
Welcome
are
to
you?
Beaune.
Nice to see you.
Likewise.
So, some of you may recognize the accent, but Megan has been living in Beaune for quite some time now. And you're opening up a brand new hotel.
Yes, we are. Are we showing the video right away of Maison? Or do you need me to start with a quick presentation of the hotel?
We can go right to the video if you'd like.
All right.
Great. Go, Francesco.
Welcome to Maison 1896, Beaune's newest luxury hotel. We are ideally situated in the heart of the old town and right across the street from the famous Hospice de Beaune. The farmers market, which sets up every Saturday morning, has its stands all across the old town, so you really just have to step out the front door to be able to fully enjoy the fresh and French local produce, which is right at the foot of the hotel. Owner David Fink, who is a renowned American hotelier, adopted Beaune in Burgundy many years ago, and he brought this project to completion with the help of his dear family friends, the Drouin family, who own the property. We are very excited today to be able to welcome our travelers from all over the world. Our flowery rooms all have views over the old town, and you can actually admire the color-tiled rooftops of the Hôtel de Sceaux, which is right across the street. And the added feature is these really tall ceilings and high windows, which really bathe the rooms in sunlight. All rooms have the same furnishings and amenities, with these gorgeous oak floors, custom-made wardrobes, high-end bedding, and Burgundy stone in the bathrooms. It was very important to us to work essentially with local or French companies. Our third floor rooms are a bit more cozy and intimate, but are still very popular because of their high ceilings, authentic wooden beams, and they also offer a really sneak peek onto the old rooftops of Beaune, and some even have a really unique view of the Hospice de Beaune spire.
So welcome to Maison 1896 in Saint-Edo Bar and Restaurant. So long friendships between David Fink and our chef Charles Pham allowed actually Saint-Edo's bars and restaurants to be launched in the city of Beaune, and especially in the center of the town facing the famous Hospice de Beaune. We are here in a bar area when we're having an amazing selection of carefully spirits. Our barman is actually mixing an elegant craft cocktail, and the list can be sipped in a very comfortable atmosphere where food can also be enjoyed. Now we'll be coming in the restaurant, our main place. So our restaurant is located in the heart of the hotel, particularly within our glass atrium, and it will be the only place in Beaune where you'll be able to enjoy your breakfast and our cuisine in the courtyard, where the fully open glass window will be actioned whenever the weather is on our side.
Sorry.
The kitchen is actually the scene of melting cooking, tools and techniques, where guests can see live the wok and the wood fire execution. We actually walk in and witness the chef in action. Finally, and not the smallest part, being in a wine capital of Burgundy, an impressive list of Burgundy wine along with the European wine will be on offer.
Thank you. That was so. Megan, what can you tell us?
Well, the video actually says it all, but this is a very exciting project for us. For those of us who may know David Fink, he is owner of the Mirabelle Hotel Group. David has over, I would say, 40 plus years of experience in the hotel industry, and this is so it's really a treat having him bring his concept to Beaune. David adopted Burgundy several decades ago. So we're very excited to have this new addition with us here in Beaune. And for those of you from the West Coast, you may be familiar with the Slanted Door, famous restaurant by Charles Fan. So this is a really unique treat in Beaune. I mean, as much as I love all of the wonderful restaurants that we have in Beaune, with, as Emmanuel was saying, the Boeuf Bourguignon of Meurette, it's nice to have something new, something exciting. So this is a really modern Vietnamese restaurant, which has a beautiful wine list. It was a bit of a challenge actually to pair our wonderful local and French wines with a modern Vietnamese cuisine, which has lots of different flavors. But it was an interesting challenge, and I think our sommeliers did a really, really good job. We're excited because this is a project that has been in David's mind for actually 10 years, and he started looking for a place about 5 years ago. So he visited lots of different sites in the area, and then finally he reached out to his family friends, the Drouin family, which some of you may be familiar with the Domaine Drouin. And the Drouin family has owned this property for many years, and it's actually been empty for 30 years, unfortunately. And so together they put together the idea came together to actually using this gorgeous property and opening a luxury hotel in Beaune. So we're very excited about the result. As we discussed a little bit earlier with Tom, we had a soft opening in January, and we officially opened end of January. So it's we're taking it easy to begin because it's a new building, so we're all getting to know the rooms and the building and how everything works and training our teams. But we are open and ready and very excited again about welcoming our French and international travelers.
Well, thanks, Megan. I'm sure it'll be great. You're in a great location, and we look forward to sending people to you. And
I mean, it's just wonderful. You step out the hotel and you have those pieces of Beaune right across from the hotel. During the wine auction, some of you may know the Vente des Vins des Hospices de Beaune, the famous wine auction. I had the privilege of actually standing on that balcony that we see there on the photo right above the front door, and I was actually on the floor right above, and I had this absolutely unique view of the auction and all the stands below, and it's a real treat to actually have this building and to give it a new life. It was kind of sad seeing it closed for all these years. So it's great to have such a wonderful project come to life now.
Good luck, lots of luck.
Thank you.
And we're now gonna shift to outside of the city, not far, to a beautiful Relais and Chateau. Emilon, you're on. Tell us about your property.
So I think I will speak on the video because nobody speaks on our video. So
go ahead, Francesco. Let's launch the video then.
Thank you. The Hotellerie de Levallois is a real heaven of place, of authenticity, of history and tranquility. We are old Relais Chateau property for over 30 years. We are 5 minutes from Beaune and from the highway and 10 minutes from the most beautiful Burgundy vineyard. We have 34 rooms and suites. On the video, you can see our pavilion house. Each room in the pavilion has its private terrace. And on the pavilion roof, you have our 7 villas page on this roof, offering a spectacular panoramic view based in light through the large bay window. Now we can meet Baptiste. Baptiste is our gardener. We have 3,600 square yard garden accessible to our guests on our property. And this garden supplies our 2 restaurants. The first restaurant is Le Bistrot du Bord de l'Eau. You can see the terrace on the video. It is an idyllic setting because it is on the banks of the river La Bouzaise, very famous in Beaune. And on our property, you have many activities like a tennis court. Since 2022, you have the 30 meters lap pool inspired of the Burgundy's pool wash houses. We can also organize some events in our private lounges. And of course, for the gourmets, we have our tea time made by our pastry chef, Lucas Chamfort. And for winter 2024, our Ceaseless Spa will open on December. And now we can meet our chef, Philippe Auger, the chef of our gastronomic restaurant, 1 Michelin star, called La Table de l'Auvergnat. He offers a traditional and generous French cuisine. He loves to combine noble products with products from our garden. We have a lot of references also for the wine, more than 300 references. And this restaurant often offers a real special interlude for our guests, an Epicurean interlude.
Thank you. We send people to your property, and we love to continue to send people. So thank you for time. And I want to just say thank you for everybody for helping us make this possible. I would like to pass this over to Johnny. We have some prizes, some wonderful gifts that we're giving away today, courtesy of the region.
We have 3 nice prizes. The usual, our $300 additional commission. And then we have 2 night stay at Maison 1896 and 2 night stay at the Mama Shelter in Dijon. And the price goes...
All right, hold on, Johnny. Also dinner and lunch.
Yeah, and lunch. Yeah, obviously. I think
at
that
a Michelin at the Michelin restaurant. So
yes, the people can read also on their screen. Okay, so the $300 commission goes to Gloria Hobbins. So Gloria,
congratulations, Gloria.
Congratulations. The 2 night stay at Maison 1896 in Beaune, with the rest of the price that you can read on the screen, goes to Howard Lewis.
Congratulations.
2 night stay at the Mama Shelter in Dijon goes to Julianne Gorny. So congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah.
Congratulations, Julia. That's great. So again, I want to say thank you. This is on our website, and we have a couple of other events coming up. So we're going to be emailing you. We want you to pay attention to your inbox. Those are taking place in New York and in Florida. And we'll see you at the next Burgundy webinar at the beginning of April. So I look forward to seeing you, Manuel. And again, thank you, everyone. We really appreciate the effort, and hopefully we got to learn a little bit more about the region. So have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you very much.